This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So last week, instant deck tech wise, there was a couple of popular ones. One of them was bonus round storm for Legacy, and I promise you, even though we're not playing it today, that will be coming in the future on an episode of Series TBD where we play Legacy and Vintage, so we will play bonus round storm. I'm going to make sure that happens. But today, we are heading to Modern to play Yagmoth Hapatra combo, basically a deck looking to go infinite with some new Modern Horizons card. Yawgmoth, Thran Physician, specific undying creatures, Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons to drain our opponent out of the game with Blood Artist or with Obelisk Spider. So a really cool, creature-y combo deck. And like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute refresher deck tech. And then if you want a fuller breakdown, check out the instant deck tech where we go on at length about the deck. Before we jump into it, a quick reminder, if you haven't already, it would be sweet of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Yagmoth Hapatra combo, starting with our namesake combo piece, Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. So what we're trying to set up here is Yagmoth along with Hapatra, which makes a 1/1 whenever a counter goes on something. Yagmoth can sack something to put a -1/-1 counter on something, along with undying creatures. So if we can get Yagmoth in 2 undying creatures, that lets us go infinite. We can sack Strangleroot guys, which comes back from our graveyard. Then we can sacrifice Yawgmoth, let's say, our other undying creature, to put a -1/-1 counter on Strangleroot guys to get rid of the +1/+1 counter from Undying, and then Yawgmoth again comes back from the graveyard. We do that again, sacking Strangleroot to get Yawgmoth to get Strangleroot. Basically, infinite enter and leave the battlefield triggers. If we throw in Hapatra, that makes infinite snake tokens. Hapatra could also combo with some random creatures and an Undying creatures, because we can put a counter on something to make a snake token, then sacrifice Yawgmoth to put a counter on something and draw a card, then Yawgmoth comes back, and we sacrifice the snake token that we make with Hapatra to put a -1/-1 counter on Yawgmoth to make a snake, loop, 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 loop. So with all these enter and leave the battlefield triggers, the last piece of the puzzle, and we can't just draw through our deck to find these thanks to Yagmoth throwing his cards, is a Blood Artist or an Obelisk Spider, each of which essentially drains as we go through our combo. Blood Artist when something dies, Obelisk Spider we put a -1/-1 counter on something. So this means as we are going through this loop, we're not dying to our own Yawgmoth, which costs us a life because we're gaining that life back, and we're hitting our opponent for 1 each time until they are finally dead. So that's the combo. Because we have a lot of 1-of combo pieces, 2-of combo pieces, we have Neoform, Eldritch Evolution is ways to find our combo pieces. Noble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise ramp us into our combo. Voice of Resurgence, Kitchen Finks, good ways to support our combo essentially. We need resilient things to Neoform and Eldritch Evolution. These are good options. Voice leaves a token behind. Kitchen Finks goes back from the graveyard. We have some nice value-y stuff. Flibblethip draws us cards, 2 if we get it with a Neoform or an Eldritch Evolution. Eternal Witness, Renegade Rallier to get stuff back from the graveyard. Then for defense, and again, we can find these cards with Neoform, with Eldritch Evolution. Plague Engineer, good against tribal decks, even decent against Hogak if it comes down early enough. Deputy Detention gets anything. Remorseful Cleric, mostly for Hogak and graveyard decks. Phantasmal Image copies whatever's best on the battlefield. In the mana base, we have a bunch of fetch lands, a bunch of shock lands, some fast lands, some basic lands. Sideboard-wise, Assassin's Trophy, Force of Vigor as removal. A bunch more creatures to tutor up. Plague Engineer, Knight of Autumn for life gain and artifacts and enchantments. Collector Root for affinity in those style decks. Fulminator for Drom. Gaddock Teeb shuts down some combo decks and control decks. Kembo, really good against Storm style combo decks. Spellskite to protect our stuff. Yixid Jailer, Scavenging Ooze, more graveyard hate for the annoying Hogak decks. And that is Yagmoth Hapatra combo for Modern. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So let's jump into the gameplay, see if the plan of stacking up undying creatures with Yagmoth and Hapatra and hopefully a Blood Artist or an Obelisk Spider to drain our opponent out of the game can actually work in the format. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. Alright, Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are playing some Yagmoth Hapatra combo, and this hand's okay. It's not insane, but we have turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Strangleroot Geist, and then we turn Strangleroot Geist into something at 3 mana. Not sure exactly what yet, but I mean, we don't have any actual combo pieces. Strangleroot Geist is a pseudo combo piece, but We need multiples. All right, opponent trotting us. This should be interesting. Well, let's see. Misty Kracket. Gonna start thinning our deck, I think. Misty Kracket. Grab a breeding pool. Untapped. And the Noblest of Hierarchs. Do we have anything in our main deck that can interact with Tron? Not oh, it's Eldrazi Tron. All right. All right. Well, we see what's up. Opponent passes. Well, let's Forest. Strangleroot Geist. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Well, let's see what big baddies are coming this turn. So 3-drop wise, we have Kitchen Finks, Obelisk Spider, Plague Engineer, Renegade Rallier. Opponent grabs another Temple. So Reality Smasher, Thought Not Seer, probably the most likely threats here. Ooh, just a Matter Reshaper. Okay. Opponent's passing. That's interesting. Well, let's see what we draw. Blooming Marsh. Oh, what we really want is Hapatra, or a Yagmoth. If we... If we can get a Yagmoth, we basically just win. We could also sack a 1-drop to get a 2-drop. 2-drop wise, we could get like Hapatra, Blood Artist. We could get Flibblethip just to draw some cards. That's sort of interesting. Flibblethip, draw 2. Could get Voice of Resurgence, Phantasmal Image, without any great targets. Man, we might just be... the problem with getting a Flibblethip is... if we draw a 3-drop, then we can get... Actually, hang on. Oh boy, we're actually kind of close. So I think what we do is... Neoform, Strangleroot, to get Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness gets back Neoform. Then we can Neoform Eternal Witness to get Yawgmoth. Play Polluted Delta and pass the turn. And now we have our combo for next turn. If nothing goes horribly wrong here, we just get to go infinite. Well, it took me a minute, but we figured it out. Opponent, lots of mana. Endbringer, that's fine. That is fine because there's a decent chance we can win the game here. Opponent. Well, crack Polluted Delta. Get a Overgrown Tube tapped. Untap, we're at 16. We draw Birds of Paradise. So, step 1, play Strangleroot Geist. Then we put a counter on this Strangleroot Geist, sacking this Strangleroot Geist. Draw a card. So we need to find... Oh, there's Neoform. Okay. Now we get to Neoform... Sagging Birds of Paradise to get Blood Artist. And now the combo wins us the game. So we pay a life. We put a counter on Strangleroot. We sack Strangleroot. We get back Strangleroot. We drain our opponent. And opponent asks if it was infinite and scoops it up. And that's the plan. That's a turn 4 kill. We found the line in our very first game. And that was pretty sweet. I mean... Our opponent did not have a bad start with Eldrazi Tron, and Neoform moving up the chain, and I mean, that's the power. Neoform into Eternal Witness, into Yagmoth, into win the game, and that was sweet. That is sweet. Well, no Hapatras, but we got the double combo with 2 Undying creatures, which is still pretty sweet. So opponent's playing an Eldrazi Tron. Okay, so, against Eldrazi Tron, what do we want? We gotta be aware of Karns. Karns are a concern. Actually, a pretty big concern. Karn locking us out of the game is something we'd prefer to avoid if we had the choice. So, I don't even know if Collector Oof is enough. Force of Vigor doesn't actually work through a Karn. We can, like, bring in Fulminator, potentially. Gaddock Teague actually does shut down Karn. That might be worth it for desperation. Knight of Autumn can get rid of some things like Chalice of the Void, which are kind of annoying for us. I don't think Plague Engineer is that great. The Eldrazi are just too big to really care about Plague Engineer. Assassin's Trophy is probably also fine. We can go down the Remorseful Cleric. Go down... Maybe like a Young Wolf, since it gets got by Chalice. What else can we cut? Maybe go down like one Eldritch Evolution and one Kitchen Finks? Yeah, let's try it like that. Could work. A little bit of removal, a little bit of disruption. We don't have like an insane sideboard against Eldrazi Thran, but we didn't need it last game. Ooh, this game. Boy, this hand is... Oh, we gotta keep it. We need another green source. This basic swamp, our one basic swamp, is not great for us. We need green sources to get down this Strangle Root. Well, maybe this is a hand we should have shipped. There's just so much upside. Opponent's gonna have Thran. Well, I guess that makes us feel better about not doing anything. It probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. It would turn 3 Thran on the draw. Opponent, yeah, Thran land. Thran. And what's a big bad payoff? Yeah, maybe this was an unnecessarily risky keep with London Mulligans. The upside of Neoform Eldritch Evolution Strangleroot is just we can set up our combo really quick, but... Opponent, big Ballista X3. Yeah, let's see these lands. Opponent, pass it. Ugh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't have kept this. Discard Eldritch Evolution. Opponent, Expedition Map. Gotta get that mana. Cracks it for Tower. Karn. Okay. Yeah, we can scoop it up to that. I don't think there's really any way of coming back from that position. Maybe Oof is enough, especially if we're on the... Let's go down to Kitchen Finks for the Oof. It does stop Expedition Map, which is something, especially if we're on the play. Oh, alright. Well, come on, Neoforms. This hand has all the mana we need, but we're going to need some more powerful stuff to go with it. So, Noble Hierarch, go. Opponent, Urza's mine. And there's a map. Well, come on, Oof. Oof would be sweet. Hapatra. Well, I think we just got to go aggro. Play Noble Hierarch. Polluted Delta. Crack it. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Strangleroot Geist. Get in for 4. Opponent down to 16. Yeah, something like Neoform would be great. Neoform would be spectacularly great. We could Neoform, do the same thing we did game 1 actually, into Eternal Witness, and then into Yagmoth. And we have the Hapatra. We could do that all next turn. If we draw Eldritch Evolution or well, not Eldritch Evolution because of Exiles. We gotta draw Neoform to go through that loop. But I guess we could just immediately get, we could immediately just get Hapatra, though. Well, let's see what we draw. Or Yagmoth, rather. Well, play Noble Hierarch. Play Hapatra. Play the land. We're going to hold on to the Birds of Paradise. Get in with Strangleroot Geist. Hit our opponent. I'm a little worried about our opponent finding a Blast Zone and just, like, wrathing our board, which is why I don't really want to play Birds of Paradise. Opponent. Wow, Dismember Strangleroot. Okay. I guess that technically saves our opponent a point of damage. But it costs them the ability to crack this map. They have 2 Eldrazi Temples, so maybe they don't care. Opponent. Chalice on 1. Okay. Well, let's thin our deck. I guess that would be a reason to cast the birds. Take Hollowed Fountain tapped. Come on, big draw. It's a land. So we can hit for 6... Or I think we get in, okay, go to combat. Let's hit for 5. Yeah, hit for 5 with Hapatra. And this lets us remove the counter from Strangleroot and get a snake. Which means if our opponent has all his dust, at least we're still going to have Strangleroot. Opponent untaps. It does mean we don't win the game this turn. We could have went for 6 at 6 with Strangleroot. Oh, it's really close. But that leaves us really open to a sweeper. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? Ooh. Our mana actually doesn't let us cast Yawgmoth. That's a little annoying. Urza's mine. And Karn. Okay. Tutors with Karn. 4. Ensnaring Bridge. We draw more Hapatras. Alright, so... Go to combat, kill Karn, hit our opponent, kill a Hierarch to make a snake, and pass the turn. I mean, our opponent can bridge, but our creatures are small enough that hopefully we can still get in. That's the goal. Ooh, alright, they're getting close to Thran. Opponent runs out the bridge, 3 cards in hand. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? Oh, this is so ridiculously close. Chalice on 0. And passes. Well, play. Ugh. Well, go to combat. Attack. Oh my goodness, who we got there. Whoo! Alright. Under the bridge and through the card. Opponent had a blast zone, but it wasn't enough. Had a dismember, but they couldn't cast it. And Hapatra, fair Hapatra, coming through. Alright, that was impressive. Combo 1 game, get Tron 1 game. And then the fairest of fair wins under the bridge. Well, sometimes it's good that your creatures are tiny. As we saw there. Whew. Alright. Sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet. Alright. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing, some Yagmoth Hapatra Wombo combo. And, oh, we got Yawgmoth. We got Hapatra. We even have a Neo form. This hand is kind of what our deck wants to see, pretty much. Alright, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Take a Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And we just get random blowouts with this Plague Engineer. Like, if our opponent's on humans, we essentially just win next turn with Plague Engineer. We'll see what our opponent's playing. Some matchups, it's insane. Bloodstained Mire. Alright, so it's probably Hogak. Yup. Faithless Looting. Into Hogak and Steam Vents. Okay, so I think we... Oh, this mana. Alright. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Overgrown Tomb Part 2. Boy, we're really hurting ourselves here. Actually, maybe we can get a Forest. What are the chances they can actually kill our birds? Probably pretty slim. The Hogak decks don't really play much interaction in the main deck, especially. A lot of them really don't play any. Yeah, let's take a Forest and maintain our life total. So take a Forest. Plague Engineer on Zombie, which makes it really hard for our opponent to get 2 creatures for Hogak. They could still Vengevine us, potentially. But this should really slow our opponent down. Opponent untaps. Because this locks out Carrion Feeder, Gravecrawler, and Stitcher's Supplier. There's Stitcher's Supplier. Vengevines are still a bit of a concern. Okay. Well, no Vengevines. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Whoa! Alright. Well, our opponent does have interaction. Interesting. So I think what we have to do is... Oh boy, we're hurting ourselves so much. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. I think we need to get our Remorseful Cleric. So Misty, crack it. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Play Hapatra. Neoform the Birds of Paradise. Get Remorseful Cleric. Is there any reason to sack it now? I don't think so. I think we can pass. Gemstone Mine for our opponent. Gonna fire off... Okay, just cast a Bloodghast. That's fine. And passes. Well, now we... Hollowed Fountain untapped. Yawgmoth. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Opponent takes it. Hopefully. So kill Bloodghast. Get a snake. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Taking down the menace. Alright. Well, maybe we got a chance. Maybe we got a chance against the GAC. That was pretty impressive. That was actually very impressive. Even through the Fatal Push, most of the Hogak decks don't have access to main deck interaction, but we took them down. Well, Jailer in, number 1. I kind of want another Plague Engineer. I actually think Plague Engineer is pretty good against our opponent's deck. Definitely want Scavenging Ooze. I could see an argument for Assassin's Trophy to kill Hogak, but I think if our opponent gets to the Hogak part of the game, we're probably just in trouble regardless. Maybe like Trim a Kitchen Fangs. Trim Flibblethip, unfortunately. I think the matchup is just too fast for Flibs to really be good. I think Flibs shines in more like the control matchups. And then I guess we can like trim a Yawgmoth. And boy, can we bring in the last Plague Engineer? It's probably better on the play. All right, we have all of our graveyard here, right? All right, let's go 2 Plague Engineers on the draw. Because on turn 3, it's probably too late. On turn 2, it's good. Well, okay. I mean, we have a Remorseful Cleric. Is it fast enough? We'll see. Opponent, Blood Crypt. Untap Stitcher's Supplier. So we're hoping for not great hits. Vengevine Bloodghast. All right, opponent's going to have a board. Opponent passes. Now, Blooming Marsh, Birds of Paradise. So we can Remorseful Cleric next turn, but it might just be too slow. We'll see. Opponent, Mana Confluence. 4 Bloodghast. Can they get a Hogak down? If they get down a Hogak, we're kind of up a creek. Gravecrawler. Alright, so they get a Vengevine and a bunch of dorks. But we're not literally dead yet. Opponent goes combat, gets it. Hits us. Sure. No blocks. Down to 15. Alright, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Ooh, this is where things actually get really interesting. So we could, like, Renegade Rallier, get back a land, play Yawgmoth, and try to maybe set up for combo kill next turn? Ugh, but we're going to be at a low life total. We could just Eldritch Evolution to kill the zombies. That doesn't feel great. The safest route is probably just, like, Remorseful Cleric Yawgmoth. Yeah, this is a tough spot. The greediest line is just to play both of our Undying creatures, I guess, and then try to just hope nothing goes wrong. That's ambitious. And then try to take over with Yagmoth next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can block 1, so we take 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually think we're going to do that. Get a Forest. Play Strangleroot. This is a risky line, but I feel like we're so far behind. I mean, our opponent had a pretty good turn 2 draw. I feel like we're so far behind that we kind of have to take the riskier line here. Pass the turn. No attacks. So the idea is chump block, get Yagmoth, go from there. Fetch land, gonna do some milling. Yep. Alright, nothing too scary on mill number 1. Cracks it. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. More milling. Can they hit a Hogak? That's the biggest question. Alright, there's a Gravecrawler, but no Hogaks, no Vengevines, so that's slightly encouraging. We do need to keep our life total as high as possible to activate our Yawgmoth. Come on, let's just Faithless Looting. Alright, Faithless Looting. Do they hit a Hogak? That's always the question. No. Okay. Well, we got a chance. Opponent, combat. I guess our opponent could have, like, Surgical or something. Attacks, attacks, attacks. So we will chump with Yawgmoth. Stay at 10. Get back Yawgmoth. Untap. Neoform. Neoform doesn't get us all the way there, though. Well, alright. 1, 2, 3. Eldritch Evolution. Sack Strangleroot. Get... Yeah, I think it's got to be Yawgmoth. Yeah, Yawgmoth. And pass the turn. Well, let's see if we can stay alive. Opponent untaps. Hedron Crab Part 2. Okay. I mean, if we untap with our board, there's a good chance that we win. Stitcher's Supplier. Gonna do some milling. There's the Hogak. So Hogak is coming back. Land does more milling. A bigger concern is probably Hasty Vengevines. Another Hogak, no Vengevines. No Vengevines. Okay. Okay, we are staying alive. Opponent gets back a Bloodghast. Is there a chance we can just combo and win? It's seeming possible. Opponent goes to combat. Big attack. So block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Block here. Block here. So let's see. Hapatra, sack birds. Counter on Strangleroot. Or Yagmoth, sack birds, counter on Strangleroot. Sack Strangleroot, counter on Yawgmoth. Okay. So block like this. Yagmoth. Counter on Strangleroot, sack birds, draw a card. Yawgmoth. Counter on Yawgmoth. Sack Strangleroot, draw a card. Does this let us win? Do we need a 1-mana creature? So we Neoform Yawgmoth. Then we have 2 things with counters. Alright. Counter on Strangleroot, sack Yawgmoth. Phantasmal Image. Alright, we dropped to 5. Okay. Opponent. Here comes Hogak. Yup. The Necropolis is arisen. Gravecrawler. Well, we gotta win this turn. That is it. That is it. And Gravecrawler. Okay. Well, let's see if we can assemble this. Opponent passes. Hapatra. Hapatra doesn't... So... Okay, I think we're good. So we can Misty Rainforest, crack it. Ooh, alright, Breeding Pool. Oh, wait, is this going to do it? Well, we got to get Breeding Pool. Let's think about this real quick. So we get Obelisk Spider. We have 2 of these with counters on it. Sack a creature. I think we're going to lose our loop, though. Well, Breeding Pool, untapped. Oh, we might actually be just short. So right now, we Neoform Strangleroot to get Obelisk Spider. Then we have 2 things with counters. We have to sack a creature. I think we need 1 more creature. Well, Neoform. Sack Strangleroot. Get back Strangleroot. Take the Spider. Yeah, we're a creature short. Sack Yawgmoth. Counter on Strangleroot. We draw a land. Sack Strangleroot. Counter on Obelisk Spider. Ugh. Yeah, now we fizzle. Wow. We might have misplayed there. Oh. I don't think we So I think maybe what we should have done is main phase last turn done some sacking to try to find an extra land. If we had 1 more land, we could have played Hapatra. So that might have been where we went wrong. It might be that we should have played... yeah, done some sacking earlier. Alright, we'll keep this mostly because we have Remorseful Cleric. The hand is good, but it's very pinched on mana. If our opponent has, like, turn 1 Fatal Push, things could go wrong in a hurry if we don't draw more lands. We do have our combo pieces, and we do have a Graveyard Haste spell. So we have stuff going on, but we really need lands off the top. Opponent. Oh boy, that last one was close. We needed 1 more creature to keep the loop going. If we had hit a 1-drop or had 1 more land, so that might have been a misplay. Opponent, what do you got? Oh no. Oh no. Well, lands please. All right, that's a land. So Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Grab a, I guess Temple Garden, untapped. Oh, I'd love to get down Hapatra. It's so risky. All right. How risky are we? Yeah, all right. We're not risky. We're going to play Remorseful Cleric. Pass the turn. Well, land is good. That lets us keep playing. But we really need more. More lands off the top, or at least mana dorks. Bonnet, what do you got? It's just too risky. If we play Hapatra, they can potentially just go like Stitcher Supplier, another 1-drop, play ridiculous, huge things. Faith is looting for our opponent. Yeah, awkward mana. Bloodghast. Land to return the Bloodghast. Yup. Not going to cash in the Cleric yet. Opponent's passing. Well, come on, land. Eldritch Evolution. Well, get in with Remorseful Cleric. Hit our opponent. Play Hapatra. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Yup. Satyr Wayfinder. So if they hit Hogak, they can play it, right? I guess there's not much. I don't think we can just sack Remorseful Cleric. Alright. Oh my god, Vengevine Hogak. Oh. Well, that makes the deck busted. Yeah, well. Hogak's still around. Oh, we gave a good fight, but the fight is currently over. Blood Crypt, untapped, even more. Grave Crawler. Opponent's passing. Well, let's see what we draw. Plague Engineer. Without the lands. Well, play Yawgmoth. Pass the turn. Oh, yeah, that Fatal Push was pretty brutal. Well, I gotta say, we played the deck that will be banned next BNR announcement really close. I mean, it didn't work out, but, I mean, we gave a really good fight, and we were so close. We were one card away from winning in 2 straight games, so it was super close. Which, I mean, is pretty impressive, because Hogak is perhaps the biggest mistake Wizards has made in a couple years. Back since probably Kaladesh Standard, which was basically mistake.block. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess in some ways, even though we're going to lose, it does make me feel good about the deck that we were really close to doing what we wanted to do. There's a Hedron Crab. And I'm just not seeing a way out of this 8/8 trample. That's the big problem at the moment. I mean, and I guess in some ways, our opponent did actually have to flip pretty well. Like, flipping Satyr Wayfinder, flipping Hogak Vengevine. I would say that's probably above average flipping. Crypt Breaker for Vengevine, and yeah, there's no coming back from there. Well, we tried, we failed, but it was close, and it was still a pretty impressive performance for the deck, even though, in the end, I can't escape the Hogacking. Not until the next BNR, at least. Alright, much brew about nothing time. We are playing some Hapatra combo. Yagmoth Hapatra combo. And, I mean, we're going to keep this. Birds of Paradise into Flibblethip into Eldritch Evolution is not horrible. So, land Birds of Paradise. We'll see what our opponent's doing. Opponent. What are you up to, opponent? This can get us potentially to a Hapatra pretty quickly. Or I always say the wrong one. A Yagmoth pretty quickly. And we do have the Obelisk Spider, so we're not that far away from maybe assembling our combo. Yawgmoth Nexus for our opponent. Welding Jar. Well, fair Hapatra might be good in this matchup. Vault Scourge. Opponent, pass it. Well, play Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Take a Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Play Flibblethip. Draw a card. Alright, we draw land, so play Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Lands isn't the worst, because land lets us play Voice next turn and get our Hapatra. Ah, Yawgmoth. I keep saying Hapatra. And then even just that should be pretty decent. We can just start like sniping down Vault Scourges. Most of the creatures that would be in our opponent's deck. And then we're close to getting down Spider too. Can do Spider next turn. And get a Yawgmoth. I guess unless we draw Neoform, then we could, but... Darksteel Citadel. And Cranial Plating. Yup. Well, that's fine. Opponent getting in for 1. We will take it. And now... Ooh, Phantasmal Image 2. Well, now we get to... get in for 1 with Flibblethip. Hit our opponent. Down to 18. Eldritch Evolution. Sack Flibblethip. Get Yagmoth. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Play Voice of Resurgence. And pass the turn. Darksteel Citadel. Ravager. So, step 1. Sack Birds of Paradise. Kill Vault Scourge. Oh, God. And a Plague Engineer. Okay. Things are looking up in multiple ways. Opponent. Passing. Equips. That's fine. We untap. Oh my god, Neoform 2. Okay, so... Step 1, Phantasmal Image. Copy Voice of Resurgence. Sack Voice of Resurgence. Get a token, counter on Ravager. Okay, sack's a land. Well, sack Voice of Resurgence. Counter on Ravager. Sack's a land. Token? Sack? Counter on Ravager? We are going to win this war. Alright. So, now I guess we let this resolve. Draw some cards. Yeah, let's sack birds. Counter on Ravager. And I mean, I think that's just game. Just the fairest of Yawgmoth wins, but... seems like it might be working. Opponent lets it go. Sure, we get to draw another card. Misty Rainforest. We just don't want to get burnt out. That's our main concern. Well, I don't think we're in risk of that. Crack Misty Rainforest. Get Hallowed Fountain. Down to 6. Renegade Rallier. Get back Phantasmal Image, copy Renegade Rallier, get back something else, and yeah. No combo necessary. We just kinda ran all over Affinity there. And we have a lot of sideboard cards. Many, many, many good sideboard cards. So this might be a pretty good matchup for us. I don't even know if we bring in the Assassin's Trophies, honestly. Go down Remorseful Cleric, go down Flibblethip. We will go down... Maybe like an Eldritch Evolution, a Voice of Resurgence, one Noble Hierarch, and a couple of Young Wolves. So we get a bunch of Force of Vigors, a Knight of Autumn. We could also bring in Assassin's Trophy. I don't know if we need to. We get Collector Oof, a bunch of... Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. Run it like that. All right, opponent, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, Affinity. Okay. I mean, we're going to keep this. It's not insane. Welding Jar for our opponent. Little slower than we'd like. Signal Pest. Mox Opal. Passes. Verdant Catacombs. Go. Yawgmoth Nexus. Ravager. Well, crack this. Grab a... Grab a Breeding Pool tapped. Opponent gets a Ravager. I guess we could just die pretty quickly here. That's the bad news. Opponent, combat. Passes. Well, Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Get a Forest. Run out Strangleroot Geist. And pass the turn. No death. No death, no destruction. Opponent untaps. Yawgmoth number 3. Memnite. Yawgmoth. Fired up. Yawgmoth fired up. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Yup, that's a lot of infect. Down to 18. Opponent passes. Alright. Polluted Delta. Crack it. Take a Hallowed Fountain. Eldritch Evolution Strangleroot. Returns. I think we just have to get Collector Roof. Yeah, we definitely have to. Collector Roof. And... yeah, I guess we go attacking. Actually, do we? Yeah, let's go attacking. Opponent takes it. Well, as long as the Oof lives, we live. Because our opponent can't activate this Ravager. Spire of Industry. Yawgmoth. Double Yawgmoth is not good. Yawgmoth. So this means we're taking 8, and it actually means... we're still dead next turn. Opponent attacks with everything. Battle Cry hits us for a bunch. Okay. Yep. Untap at 11. Verdant Catacombs. How do we keep ourselves from dying? These really don't have a creature type. Blinkmoth. Well, I guess we're going for that. So, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Take a forest. Strangle Rootgeist. Neoform. Strangle Root. It returns. Get Plague Engineer on Blinkmoth. Get in with one Strangle Root. Okay, well now we need Oof and... Basically, if our opponent draws a removal spell, we're in trouble. As long as they don't, though, we kind of have everything under control at the moment. Okay, another Ravager. That doesn't just beat us. Opponent passes. Well, play Knight of Autumn. Kill Signal Pest. Play Noble Hierarch. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Opponent down to 8. Oh, come on. Let's fade another turn. Fade another turn. No removal spell. No removal spell. Opponent adepts. Springleaf Drum. Okay. Out of cards. Out of cards. They drew all the ink moss, but they can't activate them. Opponent. Passing. We draw bird. So if we attack with everything, like block. Can they kill our stuff? Block. Take a... Oh, and fire up ink moss. All right, so go to combat. Play it safe. Go to combat. Knight of Autumn, 2 Strangle Roots, go attacking. Opponent blocks. Drops to 3. Yup. Play Birds of Paradise. Play Kitchen Finks. And, I mean, this is it. They got to top deck this turn. Although, I don't know if one removal spell beats us anymore. I guess it does. They have enough mana to fire up 3 ink moss. So even through the Birds of Paradise, and opponent doesn't draw, and we got there. All right. Whew. Well, those ink moss made it scary, and our opponent had a legitimately strong Affinity Star, but Yagmoth getting the job done. Getting it done. All right. This deck is fun. I like this deck. Win or lose, it's a pretty fun deck to play. I'll give it that for sure. Sweet. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. We are playing some Yawgmoth Hapatra combo, and this hand's a little fair. But if nothing goes wrong, we do have Neoform, which is good. Neoform can find us our good cards. Opponent. Little land heavy, I guess, is our biggest concern. Cavern of Souls on Vampire, eh? Show us Bloodghast. Okay. Well, Plague Engineer on Vampire should be decent. I do like the sounds of that. Let's Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a Swamp and Plague Engineer on Vampire. And yeah, sometimes main deck Plague Engineer can be pretty good. What do you got, opponent? What do you got that's more than 1 toughness is the real question. Opponent. Yeah. Oath of Nissa, sure. Finds Knight of the Eben Legion. Okay. That is more than 1 toughness, so opponent kind of doing it. Swamp, Bloodghast, no return. There's the Knight. And opponent passing. Well, let's just play Flibblethip, draw a card. Play Misty Rainforest, crack it. Breeding Pool, untapped. Strangle Rootgeist. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it to 16. And we might be set up for the win next turn. We got Hapatra, and we can Neoform for Yagmoth. Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord. They're probably going to kill our Plague Engineer, I guess. Yeah, kills Plague Engineer. So this means we can't actually get... I guess we... Alright, Nurturing Peatland, Bloodghast. We can go up the chain with Strangle Root, but then we can't play Hapatra as well. Deputy of Detention. So I think we Neoform away. Oh wait, blue. Alright, Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Temple Garden untapped. Neoform. Sack Flibblethip. Get Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness, get back Neoform. And then Neoform, sack Eternal Witness, get Yagmoth, combat, hit Soren, and then pass the turn. Alright, Soren's alive, but we got a Yawgmoth. What does our opponent have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kalitas. Alright. Going to sack a vampire to kill Strangleroot? Yeah, that is bad. Put a counter on Kalitas. Oh, we're so close to winning, but... Oh, okay. Wait. What does this do? 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Alright, Hallowed Fountain, untapped. White, blue, black, white. So get rid of Deputy of Detention. Get rid of Kalitas. Yawgmoth. Hapatra. So we sack Yawgmoth. Counter on the zombie. Draw a card. We sack the snake. Wait. Sack the snake to put a counter on Yawgmoth. Then we sack Yawgmoth to put a counter on the zombie. Then we go to combat. We kill Soren. And pass the turn. And now we're set up to go infinite next turn. We got the Blood Artist in hand. So unless our opponent can kill us or kill our stuff. Well, alright. Inquisition can take the Blood Artist, which does kind of keep our opponent alive. Follow up. Bloodghast. Sure. And opponent passes. Alright, well, let's see what we draw. We're one piece away from just winning. Oh, we can go infinite, but we can't. We need like a Neoform, and we're going to run out of life. Well, go to combat. Actually, alright, play Yawgmoth. Counter on Yawgmoth, sack Yawgmoth. We have things we can hit that win us the game. We draw another Yawgmoth. We don't want to get in burn range. Well, play Yawgmoth. Sack Yawgmoth, counter on Yawgmoth. Hapatra. Well, go to combat, attack. Hit our opponent. Kill Bloodghast. Make a snake, and, yeah, I mean, Birds of Paradise, please say you can't burn us out. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land for the Bloodghast. They don't kill us, though. We can just block them. And Vampire Nocturnus. Alright, we gotta play this safe, so... Oh, wait. Okay, this is fine. So Nocturnus comes down. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. So, oh no. Oh, there was not a stop set. That's not good. Alright, so we go to 1. Hopefully this is still fine. Oh no, that no stop is not good for us. So we go to 1. Opponent passes. We draw nothing. We go to combat. We attack. Opponent blocks. And dies. Whoa! We could have, if there was a stop set on the attack stuff, which I don't know whether was it. We could have just sacked, done our little loop to kill Nocturnus and block. We still would have went to 1. But it worked out. It worked out. We survived the stop. Well, vampires, I think Plague Engineer number 1 by a pretty significant margin. Scavenging Ooze also seems good. Maybe Assassin's Trophy, just to have some interaction. What can we cut against vampires is the big question. We can probably go down like 1 Mana Dork, go down Flibblethip, Remorseful Cleric, 2 more cuts. Maybe like 1 Voice of Resurgence, 1 Eldritch Evolution. Let's run it like that, see what happens. Well, we survived game 1. On to game 2 versus vampires, and, alright. Mana Dorks, Neoform, Blood Artists. Close enough. Opponent, Overgrown Doom, untapped, and Grafdigger's Cage. Well, good thing we brought in our Assassin's Trophies. That does kind of shut down our combo. At least slows down our combo. Verdant Catacombs for our opponent, Grafdigger's Cage. Well, I guess we're on the beatdown plan. Opponent passes. Blooming Marsh. Strangleroot Geist. Birds of Paradise. Hit our opponent. Down to 15. Pass the turn. Opponent's got all the sideboard cards, but that might mean they don't have enough non-sideboard cards. Like, they might just have all this graveyard hate, but no real defense. Opponent untaps. And passes. I'll play the land. Crack the land. Grab a... Let's go Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Blood Artist. Plague Engineer. On Vampire. Go attacking. Opponent has Assassin's Trophy. I'll grab a Swamp. Unfortunately, we don't get back our Strangleroot because of these Grafdigger's Cages. Opponent untaps. And we can't Neoform for the same reason. Oath of Nissa goes digging. We could just draw Hapatra, or... I mean, Hapatra's fine, I guess, but we could just draw Yagmoth. That would be our best draw. Opponent plays land, passes. We untap. We draw... Boy, more Neoforms. I'll go to combat. Get in with Plague Engineer. Hit our opponent down to 10. Pass the turn because we have 2 dead Neoforms in hand. Opponent adapts. Forest. Snow-covered variety. Plague Engineer for our opponent. Alright. Name's Vampire. Gets rid of our Blood Artist. Well, come on, threats. Take a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Untap. More lands. Well, go to combat. Get in with Birds of Paradise. Oh, these Grafdigger's Cages are kind of ruining our day. Play the tap land, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. If they can find like a Sorin, it could go really bad. Wow, another Plague Engineer. We're playing the Plague Engineer Wars. There goes our Birds of Paradise. Opponent passes. This we do like. Play Yawgmoth. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks down to 7. Snow-covered Swamp. Vampire Nocturnus. Ooh, with a Sorin on top. Opponent passing. Alright, let's see what happens. We untap. We draw nothing. Well, float a mana. Do we start by attacking? We just trade, though. Oh, we've drawn a lot of lands. And these Grafdigger's Cages, they are kind of getting us. Alright, float a mana. Counter on Nocturnus. Draw a card. Voice of Resurgence. Sack it. Counter on Nocturnus. Draw a card. Go to combat. Attack. Attack. Opponent blocks. Yup. Trades off. Yagmoth. Forest. Pass the turn. Hope that this... Alright, black card on top. So... Yeah. Kill Nocturnus. Draw a card. Every Neoform in the West that do absolutely nothing. Ugh. Yeah, these Grafdigger's Cages are sending us a strong message. Sorin for our opponent. Gonna put a Vampire into play. It's Champion of Dusk. Alright, well this causes our opponent to lose some life. And a Knight. Well, come on, creature. We just want a creature. Opponent, passing. We draw. Yawgmoth. Okay, that works. So play Yawgmoth. Sack Yawgmoth to put a counter on Plague Engineer. Draw a card. More creatures would be nice. Not a land, please. Alright, play Birds of Paradise. Sack Birds of Paradise. Put a counter on Knight of the Eben Legion. Draw a card. Alright, there's the land. So, discard Neoform. Kill Plague Engineer. Go to combat. Attack. Attack. Opponent blocks. Champion of Dust down. Opponents to 4. Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. Can we close it out? Can we close it out? Opponent. Oath of Nissa. Okay, that's a good one. Opponent gets to go digging. Finds. Come on, whiff. Whiff, whiff, whiff. I guess we could end up regretting not killing this Sorin. Champion of Dusk. Ooh, but it can't go into play this turn. Legion Lieutenant can. Yup. Counter. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a land out of our deck. Untap. Well, okay. Phantasmal Image. Copy Legion Lieutenant. Go to combat. Attack Sorin. Opponent blocks. So we need to Sack Legion Lieutenant. Counter on Legion Lieutenant. More Yawgmoths. All right, pass the turn. Yawgmoth is a... Man, this has developed into a really weird game. Potent. Knight of the Eben Legion. Soren can put a counter on it. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. These Grafdigger's Cages have really stuck it to us. Eldritch... Oh, my God. Yeah, I think we might actually be losing here. Ooh. Wow, we've drawn all the cards that we can't use with Grafdigger's Cage out. Grafdigger's Cage is apparently insane against us. Ugh. Takes up, gonna give it lifelink, and I think this Soren is gonna steal the game. Opponent, yeah, Knight gets in, gains a ton, pumps it to gain a ton more. We're down to 5. Grows it. We draw birds. Well, play Birds of Paradise. Sack it. Counter on that. Combat. Attack Soren. Pass the turn. Takes up on the Knight of the Eben Legion. Goes to combat. Swings. Well, yeah. But this gets our opponent the land to play their card draw thing, so we're still... Yeah. They got us. Ooh. Well, Grafdigger's Cage. Pretty good. To the point where I think we need to bring in answers to it. We're definitely bringing in Night of Autumn. We can go down to Kitchen Fangs. I don't know if we can actually bring in Force of Vigor. There's just not other targets is the problem. So there's a realistic chance it just gets stuck in our hand. Although Grafdigger's Cage is really good against us, as we just learned. Let's go up 1. So we have a couple more hedges. Because we really don't want that to happen again. Well, we get to play first. Alright, I mean, we're going to keep this. There is definitely risk involved, since we only have 1 land, and if our mana dorks die, this could be really slow, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, Blooming Marsh, and Noble Hierarch. Go. Opponent. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. And there's a Fatal Push. Well, come on, lands. Alright, there's a land. Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta. Grab a Breeding Pool, untapped. Strangle Rootgeist. Go attacking. Opponent down to 16. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oath of Nissa. Ooh, opponent might have kept a slow start too. Oath of Nissa is powerful, but it is kind of spending this turn not really progressing our opponent's board too much. Cavern of Souls. Untapped. There's a Grafdigger's Cage. That is annoying. Opponent passes. Happening again. I'll go to combat. Get in with Strangle Rootgeist. Hit our opponent. Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Snow-covered plains. And there's a Plague Engineer. Gets rid of our Strangle Rootgeist forever. Boy, this Grafdigger's Cage is so obnoxious. Well, that's Phantasmal Image. Copy Plague Engineer on Vampire. Temple Garden tapped. Pass the turn. Verdant Catacombs for our opponent. Cracks it. Snow-covered Swamp. And Vampire Nocturnus. More Grafdigger's Cages on top. I will say, it is a little jarring to see... Ooh. That's interesting. Well, let's... Assassin's Trophy Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent's going to leave the cage on top. Yeah, and then I guess we Neoform Plague Engineer into Yagmoth. Pass the turn, see what happens. Opponent untaps, draws a cage. Vampire on top to pump the Nocturnus. Opponent tapping, untapping, tapping, untapping. Legion Lieutenant. Yup. Combat. Attacks. Yeah, it's a bit annoying to get got by the Bloodghast stack that's running a bunch of Grafdigger's Cages, but... Yeah. Opponent hits us. Down to 9. Replays Grafdigger's Cage. Well, not looking great. Opponent passes. So what else do we have? Tap birds. Alright, tap birds for green. Sack birds. Ugh. Counter on Legion Lieutenant. Draw a card. Another Neoform. Then we can Renegade Rallier to get back Polluted Delta. Sack it. Counter on Legion Lieutenant. Draw Hapatra. Correct Polluted Delta. Get a Swamp. Play Hapatra. And we gotta hope there's not a... black card on top. We need a land. Opponent draws. It's a black card. And we're dead. Alright. Wow, that was something. Okay. Alright. Much Abrew about nothing time. We are playing some Hapatra Wombo combo. Yagmoth Hapatra combo. And this hand looks pretty good. Pretty good. So, let's see. Turn 1, Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Next turn we can flip Yawgmoth, and then that potentially sets us up to Snow-Covered Island, eh? Well, let's Flibblethip, draw a card. Razorverge Thicket, Yawgmoth. Well, we're a little bit land heavy. Pass the turn. Opt for our opponent. And Hollowed Fountain, tapped. And passes. Ooh, well, go to combat, do some attacking. I mean, we gotta go for it. If our opponent has... Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta try. Do we? I guess we could play... Alright, let's not. Let's just play... Okay. Yeah, we do gotta go for it. So, Eldritch Evolution, sack Flibblethip, get Yagmoth, Verdant Catacombs, go. So at least we can sack stuff to refill our hand here. Even if our opponent has, like, Path for Yawgmoth. Prismatic Vista. Opponent cracks. Snow-Covered Plains. And... Narset. Well, sack Yawgmoth. Wait, no. Yeah, sack Yawgmoth, draw a card. Crack Catacombs. Take a Overgrow Tube tapped. So Yawgmoth comes back. We draw Eternal Witness. Okay, that's fine. Opponent takes down Narset, finds Cryptic Command, and passes. Well, go to combat. Narset. Play Voice of Resurgence. Play Noble Hierarch. Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. So kind of the same place. We can draw a bunch of cards if we have to. Snow-Covered Island. Opponent. Alright, so... Sack Birds of Paradise, draw a card. Sack Yawgmoth, draw a card. Sack Noble Hierarch. Sack Noble Hierarch, draw a card. Okay. So stuff dies. We get the voice token. Opponent passes. Well, let's play Eternal Witness. Get back... Get back Voice of Resurgence. Forest Neoform. Yagmoth. Get in for 2. Well, we passed test number 1. Opponent down to 15. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We know there's a Cryptic in hand. Flooded Strand. Opponent passing. Play Birds of Paradise. Play Noble Hierarch. Temple Garden. Untapped. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Opponent takes it. Uh-oh. Cryptic to bounce the token. That's fine. So, sack the token, draw a card. Hit our opponent for 3. Play Voice of Resurgence. Play Phantasmal Image. Copy Voice. Pass the turn. And worst case, we get a bunch of card draw again. Opponent cracks at 11. We're not that far away from maybe winning the game. Opponent gets a land. 5 cards in hand. Untaps. Flooded Strand. Another Supreme Verdict. So sacrifice Birds of Paradise, draw a card. Sacrifice Noble Hierarch. Sacrifice Noble Hierarch, draw a card. Stuff dies. We get voice tokens. Opponent passes. I'll play a forest. Play Strangleroogeist. Play Kitchen Finks. sack Kitchen Finks to Neoform. Yawgmoth. Combat. Attack for 12? Did we just assemble the win? Whoo! Opponent scoops it up, and the deck can do some powerful things. That was impressive. Double Supreme Verdict, Cryptic Command, and still winning out of the blue. And opponent scoops it up. Dun 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 does not want a piece of Hapatra. See ya later, blue-white control, and okay, I guess our opponent's just sick and tired of getting beaten down by our deck, and after us getting beat down by Hagak a million times, I'll take it. I'll take wins any way I can get it until Hagak's gone. Whew. All right. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about Yagmoth Hapatra combo in Modern? And overall, record-wise, things are a bit convoluted. So technically, we went 3-2 in our video matches. Although, as you saw, the league that we finished with, we went 2-3. There was another partial league thrown in, is how we ended up with that. So basically, I was recording this last weekend as Mythic Championship 4 was going on, and if you remember Mythic Championship 4, it was all about Hagak, and I think I played in our trying to record Yagmoth Hapatra combo, Hagak 4 times, 5 times. It was like every other match almost, just so much Hagak going on, and I didn't think it would be all that entertaining, honestly, to just play Hagak every single round. We did lose to it a lot, which, not surprising, it's the best deck of Modern by a pretty decent margin, I think. So instead of just being like, hey, I guess Yagmoth Hapatra combo isn't that great against Hagak, I decided to record another part of the league, mash them together so you'd at least get different matchups. So, not trying to skew the record or anything. Overall, we lost to Hagak a lot, and our overall record wasn't great. I think if you discount losing to Hagak over and over and over again, we were like 50% as far as win percentage, match win percentage, maybe slightly over 50%. But if you throw the constant losing to Hagak into it, a little bit rougher around the edges. So anyway, the deck was sweet. I really like the deck. It has a lot of power. It has a lot of answers. It has a really sweet combo kill. And I feel like it's actually fairly competitive. The Hagak matchup, it's really questionable. We added a Remorseful Cleric, thinking that might help to tutor it out. And really, we have pieces that can interact with Hagak. But Hagak is so resilient that it's just a really good deck that's really hard to beat. So even with our Plague Engineers and Remorseful Cleric and sideboard cards, I'm still not sure that's enough. We had games where we were actually kind of stacking up hate pieces, and it still wasn't enough, so I don't think that's a great matchup. But really, the deck can be fairly fast. Not as fast as the fastest combo decks in the Modern format, but it makes up for not being as fast as the other decks by actually having a really good fair game plan. Like, we can win games just by playing like Noble Hierarchs into Strangleroot guys, into Young Wolves, maybe getting Yagmoth eventually for value, getting blockers out of the way, refilling our hand. So we can actually win a lot of games fairly, and then eventually we piece together our combo. Also, keep in mind, you can do some cool loops with Neoform, which doesn't exile itself when it resolves. Eldritch Evolution, it exiles itself. Neoform doesn't, so you can like start with a 2-drop in sack Neoform to get Eternal Witness, and Eternal Witness gets back Neoform. That gets us up to 4 mana with Neoform by sacking Eternal Witness to get Yagmoth. So even with just a 2-drop on the battlefield in a Neoform, we usually can go up the chain to Yagmoth, and Yagmoth, it is really insane. It is just such a powerful magic card. Killing small creatures, like, we essentially beat Affinity as fair as you could possibly be. Just like playing Yagmoth, using Yagmoth to kill our opponent's threats because they're small enough, and that by itself was good enough even without the combo. And then when you throw in the fact that every once in a while we just backdoor into this combo kill, or we draw a bunch of cards with Yagmoth killing our opponent's stuff and end up hitting the combo kill, that we can win out of nowhere, makes it a really powerful deck. So we lost one match to Vampires thanks to Grafdigger's Cage, which is an issue. Maybe we can run more Night of Autumn. Like, we do have answers, Force of Vigors, Night of Autumns. We have plenty of answers to get rid of it, but that was the most devastating sideboard card for our deck. And also worth mentioning, Leyline of the Void kind of locks us down. We do care about graveyard hate because it fizzles our Undying creatures, it fizzles our Blood Artist kill, although Obelisk Spider does interestingly get around that because it triggers when a counter goes on something rather than when the creature dies. It is like a Blood Artist essentially with our combo that doesn't scoop to Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Void, and Graveyard hate is pretty heavily played, again, because Hogak is back on top of the world again. So, where does this leave us with Yagmoth Hapatra combo? And I gotta say, I really love the deck. It's fun, it has this tutor package, there's cool lines that you can think through and figure out. It seems fairly competitive, but the bad news is, it doesn't stand up to Hogak very well. Even our hate cards are a little bit slow. Maybe we need to just jam like 4 ley lines in our sideboard and a couple of Tormod's Crypts or something and hope that that helps. But we don't have a good matchup, I don't think, against Hogak, based on the fact that we didn't beat it once and we played it like a million times. And a lot of people are playing Graveyard Hate. So along with losing to Hogak, we're also kind of struggling somewhat, like the Vampire matchup, with the cards that people are playing not to beat Yagmoth Hapatra combo, because no one's trying to beat Yagmoth Hapatra combo, but with the cards that they're playing to beat the Hogak deck. So I feel like this is a really powerful deck. It has some really cool, powerful cards, really neat design, but it might not be in the perfect place in the meta right now. Losing to the best deck of the format, and also picking up on the hate for the best deck of the format, which means as a competitive I'm going to win a GP deck, kind of hard to recommend just because of where it fits in the meta. I feel like the deck has the power to do it, and it's fun, and it's cool, and I like a lot about this deck, but it might be one to just like sit aside for a couple months, see what happens with the meta, see what happens with the BNR announcement, see what happens with like Throne of Eldraine. Maybe things will shift a little bit, and then it could be time for Yagmoth Hapatra combo to sneak up and shine in the format, because I really think Yagmoth, it's not Hogak, obviously. It's probably not quite Urza, but it is the very top tier of cards from Modern Horizons. And out of like cards from Modern Horizons that haven't seen any play yet, I think Yawgmoth is a sleeper, and it is good enough that it is going to do something eventually once the metagame gets to the right place. So maybe just set it aside, wait a couple months, see what happens with the BNR and Hogak and Graveyard Hate and all that stuff, and then take out Yagmoth Hapatra combo when the metagame's in a little bit better place. So anyway, that's been Yagmoth Hapatra combo for Modern, and that's been our Much Abrew for this week. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.